The way child-free people, no, I mean child-free women get people worked up in a tizzy is hilarious to me as a mom. It is hilarious to me. But this is what Kay Janae says. I want us to focus on Kay Janae's initial tweet. She says, having no kids is nice. I woke up today and considered moving out of this city. I don't have to consider anybody but myself. I can just shake this spot when I get ready. What a luxury, laughing my butt off. Now, as a woman who has traveled without kids, and I'm sorry, not traveled, moved without kids, and just here recently moved with kids, I can confirm that it is much more easier. It is much easier to move as a single woman without kids. So I don't even know why people are in her comments and in her retweets acting like she's saying something profound. I literally just moved. You do have to consider your kids. You don't just pack up and move kids without thinking about school system, where they can play. Is the area appropriate for children? You don't just do that. So when I retweeted it, I said, why are some people acting like she's not telling the truth? It is easier to move around and do things when you don't have kids. And Alien Superstar, who's one of my followers, says, right, it definitely is. I don't have any. I have plenty of nieces and nephews that I'm close with. However, being an auntie is different. Being an auntie and being a parent is very different. Think About Things says, the replies are revealing how truly reckless, selfish, and careless a lot of parents are. So I went over to her post and I actually replied under the post. I said, I have kids and I agree with your sentiment. Kids do add an extra layer to consider. I have moved as a child-free woman and a mom. Moving myself was totally less stressful. I don't know why people are arguing with this. Master of None says, what's funny is that single men who have been able to do this forever don't brag about this or wear it as a badge of validation. These are just conveniences we enjoy. Going out of your way to brag about this shows you're trying to find the positives in your loneliness. The difference, she's not bragging. She's just telling about her life. Well, I don't consider her bragging. We do this on social media all the time. Number two, why does she have to be lonely? Being child free does not equate to loneliness. Number three, the expectations of the child free men and women are completely different. Child free men don't get nearly the same amount of pushback as women do. It's just not the same. So he's talking about single men. Cool. Your single men's perspective and experiences are not going to be the same as women. The person at the bottom says, I hate they act like this can't be done with a child. Nowhere in this did she say that it is impossible to do it. She just says she can just up and move without considering her kids because she doesn't have any. Now, if you are a parent and you're just up and moving without considering your kids, that is reckless, like someone else says, because obviously you should be considering your children. Brianna says the replies are expected. Why do people with children have such an issue with other people being happy they don't have children? Are y'all truly happy with your choice you made to have kids? It never seems like it. We can be happy to not have them, just like you can be happy to have them. It's really that simple. Steve says, yeah, you can move with the child. They kind of have no say in the matter. So she didn't say that parents can't move with their children, but this goes to show that they see their children like little accessories that just have to go along with it, where they don't really care about kids' opinions or anything. They don't care. I'm just a cat says they can do this, can also be done with a child, laughing my butt off. Why do people without children think this way? Did your parents cause you to think like this? And once again, no one said that people with children can't move. It's I don't know why people are so blatantly obtuse. This person says people want to announce being childless so bad that they're flexing doing things people with kids can do as well. Hood says, I don't even have kids and I find people who tweet this annoying. This person says, congratulations. Hot Girl Cold World says, sounds like you want kids bad. I don't know. Yeah, I don't get that she wants kids bad. Okay, now for some of the retweets. Kenya says, any financially stable person with a plan can do this, kids or not. She didn't say that you couldn't. DH Gate says, this woman did not bash women with kids or shade anyone. She's literally openly talking about her personal benefits of being child free. People are in the replies absolutely spiraling. S says she didn't speak on anyone but herself, and everyone is losing their mind in the replies. Auntie C says, I don't have to consider anybody but myself. And y'all, in quotes, bragging about not having to consider your children in things that directly impact them as well is hilarious. The goosologist says, people upset about the truth. Good parents consider their kids, and that's fine. Keita says, truly everything about not having kids is luxurious to me. I acknowledge my privilege every day. Easy Does It says, every time I see posts like this, I'm reminded that people with kids had kids for the wrong reasons and or are bitter parents. Y'all didn't take the time to enjoy your season of singleness, rushed into having kids, or had them without thought. And now posts like these trigger you because you see someone enjoying the luxuries you once had and took for granted. Having no kids and no partner is a luxury. Responsible for yourself and yourself only, it's beautiful. And I'm going to end that thread with this one because it really is. That's the reason why I don't think that women should go out and get married too young. You should enjoy. You should just pick up and move. You should figure out where you want to live, who you want to date. You can leave jobs that you hate so quickly. But if you have kids and a house and all that to consider, you should be thinking twice before you just up and make big decisions like that. So now to this tweet. I've seen women say, or I've heard women say that they would only be a parent if they got to take on the dad role. And we know that the dad role is typically much easier. They get to do the fun stuff where women typically do more of the day to day. Now, this person, my name is Lee, so we'll just call her Lee. She says, don't judge me, but if my husband decides to divorce me, I want him to understand he will be getting full custody of the kids. She says, I don't mind paying child support and seeing them on the weekends because I will be on vacation getting effed. Take care. Kids definitely won't have rooms at my house. I will be going back to my default bad B settings, all white furniture. Laughing my butt off, them kids will be calling me Lee. She said, I said, don't judge me. And then she uses this. It says, I am the father. She said, I am going to do this dad role. Stephanie wonders how the F is they mad when this is what they do on the regular. They didn't understand the post one bit, but they don't see how it is when they do it. Lee says, bingo. I'm just hitting reverse Uno. Rebecca says, so now I'm going to do some of these reply tweets. Rebecca says, the sarcasm and irony in this tweet, men do the exact after divorce, but let a woman suggest the same routine. The hypocrisy is wild. Louise says, men will be all father's rights and single fathers are better than single mothers until a woman wants to give them full custody. 2 Trillionaire says, I thought y'all said single moms raise the worst children. Now she said she would give the man who supposedly raises the best children full custody while paying child support. So what's the reason for the outrage? What's wrong with trying to make the world a better place? Person says, women are evil for taking custody of the child, but also evil for giving the father custody of the child somehow. 2 Trillionaire says they don't want to pick a side, especially the one that would give them more responsibility. 98 Sugar Cookie says, crazy how when a woman makes a hypothetical scenario about doing something that thousands of men do literally every single day, suddenly everyone has an issue with it. Double standards at its finest. And Sugar says, she's a wicked woman and she's not letting him have access to the kids. But here's a woman willing to play nice and even offer financial support, but you men are still angry. Very emotional gender. I'm using these 2 tweet threads because it is hilarious how society, sometimes men and women, want to ladle kids on women, but they act like they don't want to. They act like kids are not an anchor, that they don't pull you down. And they really do. And I have children. I love my children, but you really are. You should be considering them, and you shouldn't just be going off and doing reckless things. And so when a woman chooses to opt out of that typical box, opt out of that factory setting where she's just wife and mom and she just does it, It makes people lose their minds. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed these tweet threads. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.